For many years, a lot of us have spent our time in the truth movement or the revolution, whatever you prefer to call it, informing people and sharing intelligence that ultimately there was going to be a world government dictatorship, a new world order. And we are at that point now, perhaps one of the darkest points in the history of our country, where that is imminent, that is going to come not down the road, but in 2 months' time. Because the Conference of the Parties to the United Nations are about to hold their 15th conference on climate change in December. And at the conference, globalists from all around the world are going to gather, and they're going to sign what's called the Copenhagen Climate Change Treaty. And this is going to replace the Kyoto Treaty, which is set to expire in everyone's favorite year, 2012. Lord Christopher Monckton made it clear that the treaty was going to create a world government dictatorship that will have complete authority over all nations by intervening in the economy and environment of any individual country in the world without consent. The treaty will also allow the distribution of wealth from developed countries like the United States, the third world countries like Africa. The Copenhagen Draft Treaty, this is what it actually says about the distribution of wealth. It says developed and developing countries, developed and developing country parties, and all parties shall or should A, compensate for damage to the lesser developed country's economy, and also compensate for lost opportunities, resources, lives, land, and dignity, as many will become environmental refugees. B, Africa, in the context of environmental justice, should be equitably compensated for environmental, social, and economic losses arising from the implementation of response measures. So here's the global warming fraud, and it's at the moment now where even Al Gore has said that this year, he said, this treaty must be negotiated this year, not next year, this year. They're panicked, and it's time. They're pulling the switch. They're doing it now. And if December rolls around and Obama goes and he signs this treaty, the Copenhagen Climate Change Treaty, and it replaces the Kyoto Treaty, then pretty much this whole country is going to be a brand new country next year. It's done. And coincidentally, next year would be 2010. And how perfect would this fit with Bush and Fox and his buddies, North American Union? They signed all their contracts years ago in 2004 saying that the North American Union was going to come into existence in 2010, and that's when they're going to do the highway up to Canada, through Mexico, all the way down. And the Amero, as we see, our economy is crashing. It's done. It's done. I don't even know what else to say about this. Like, I mean, if this gets signed, it's here now. The New World Order is now. There's no more going around and trying to inform people and intelligence sharing, because if this happens in December, and I'm not trying to, cause any kind of fear-mongering whatsoever. I want people to go out and look this up yourselves and read this, find this, look what it does, look what it says, and nowhere in any of it, anywhere, are you going to find words like vote, election, democracy. No, nowhere in any of this. So here is the global warming scam that I don't even know who believes in that anymore. I mean, I think science has pretty much proven over decades that it hasn't really, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Just like swine flu, just like 9/11, just like weapons of mass destruction, just like we need to take away all your rights and throw you down in Cuba in an orange suit and torture you for weeks until you confess to shit. It's all fucking bullshit.